Yeah, and Sydney, maybe this kind of transitions us into our next, set of questions and really diving into who you are deeper than the sport. Is there a reason why you do what you do? What's your why? And as far as, why you play your sport, why you study, is there, younger siblings? Are you doing it for the next generation? Tell me a little bit about what your why is.
Well, to start, my why is definitely my family. They're ridiculously supportive of everything that I do, even sometimes when something's not a great idea. But yeah, I have a younger brother, and he actually is a triathlete because he was not coordinately gifted. But he's a triathlete, and honestly, I do it for him and his like friends that also like do sports, just because like there needs to be somebody that paves the way, and there needs to be somebody that like the younger kids can look up to be like, oh, I can do this, I can do whatever I want to do, and I can also get an amazing degree for an amazing college. So like it's very, I just want to be an example for younger kids, so it's really nice. And then my parents also, they're so supportive, and I just want to make them proud, but everybody wants to do that. So but
Well, I'm sure you're doing that. I know you're making your parents proud, 100%.
1000%. I already. I'm just imagining they're just gleaming every time they see you come home. just the fact that you're doing all that you're doing right now on your own is amazing. And I was pulling up some of your bio, and you were a Barstool Athlete.
yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the Barstool Athlete, because I know you got to be up in the, they don't just pick anybody. So how did that happen?
So it was right when NIL was kind of becoming a thing. I made a TikTok, and it got a little bit of attention, but like not major attention. But people were like, "Oh, like you can still apply to be a Barstool Athlete if you're a D3." Like I got accepted, blah blah blah. So I just threw in an application and got accepted, and kind of just been hanging around it since.
Have you gotten any cool opportunities from it?
Not a ton. But I have had like, I think it's like 2 offers, but they just didn't really align with what I wanted to put out there, so I just didn't do them.
Oh, that's good. I mean, so you saw a deal that didn't fit your brand, and you were like, "Nah, I'm gonna pass on that."
Yeah, I think it was like a horror movie they wanted me to put something out about. I was like, I don't really feel comfortable doing that.
Dude,
That
that's
makes
awesome.
sense.
That's awesome. Like, because you wouldn't think, because I know there's a ton of deals going out all the time, and you would think, a lot of people just wouldn't think about it. Oh yeah, I'll just do it just because. But the fact that you took a step back and said, nah, that doesn't fit my brand. That says a lot, because a lot of people don't really understand. You can't. All money ain't good money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if it doesn't really fit to what you're doing, that is the best step to understanding what your brand is. That's awesome.
And like I coach too part-time. So I always have to remember that I have like a lot of younger kids, because I coach 10 and 11U, so I have to remember there's a lot of younger kids that follow me on Instagram. So, it's easier, and it makes it better for me to kind of think of my brand as like from a perspective of an 11-year-old. So it's nice to,
Yeah.
That's really responsible.
That's
I would
awesome.
say there's a lot of there's a lot of ways to get followings, to build your brand, right? And there's a lot of ways, especially in culture nowadays, with everything going, there's a lot of different strategies. I a lot of respect to you for, knowing your brand and knowing what you stand for and sticking to it, and not jeopardizing that for a couple dollars. And I think that's really what NIL is for people, right? Knowing who you are and what your brand is part of, developing your NIL. And I think one of the other things I wanted to say too, because I come from an all boys military school background. So making the choice, because, recruits have a lot of places to go when they choose to go to school, right? And making the choice to go to an all woman small private school in this generation really just shows your passion for the game. You're coaching on the side, so you're developing the younger generation. It just really shows who you are as an athlete, but really beyond an athlete. You're a mentor, you're a guide, you're, like you said before, paving the way. And hats off to you for sure. I'm not taking my hat off because I don't want to show my gray hair, but hats off to you for sure.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip on our Athlyt Plus podcast, you can go and see the whole full video at this link here or the link in the description.